72 goes down low. The 79 gets caught up in it just at the very end. The 67, though, of Nathan Stanley makes it on through free and clear. He, Paul Ferdiani, and Larry Dickerson having a drag race down in the for one last attack, getting underneath him, not quite able to make it stick, having to lift once again. Oh, into exit of turn number 4, down onto the front straightaway here. Who's going to win it with the drag race? It's going to be Timothy Pope. First 3 and 4, 751 with a hefty lead here, about a half a car length as the one gets up into the wall with the run. 200 feet. It's going to be a close one across the line. Garrett Welsh made it 3 wide on the far outside lane, picking up spots left and right here as everybody fighting for every single spot we go. Coming across the line, white flag. So here we go, final lap. Hello and welcome everybody into tonight's great racing action here on this wonderful Monday night, and we're live here from Indianapolis. Oh man, the Kingdom of Speed. Hallowed Grounds is where these drivers walk and race tonight, and it's going to be a tricky task with 4 very similar but oddly at the same time different corners, and actually 4 corners as well, not the fake turns 1 and 2 we normally see here, but it's gonna get interesting on down there, that is for certain. So let's get this party all started off and kicked off with the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And welcome back. As always, we have to say a huge thank you to our great race sponsors here at the NTRL, such as Martin Sports. Go check them out for all your fantastic race wear and apparel, as well as casual wear, all customized just for you. So big thank you to Martin Sports for continuing to support the NTRL. Of course, big thank you to Davidson Builders as well, the premier custom builders up there in the northern New Jersey area. Be sure to go and give them a shout out if you're looking to maybe put an extension on the house, do some remodeling, or just change out that kitchen sink, man. Make sure you head on over and get it done by the pros over there at Davidson Builders. Of course, DEP Graphics continuing to pump out some fantastic paint schemes week in and week out. So be sure to get yourself one customized for you here tonight from DEP Graphics. of course, we have to also thank Sim Gear Central as well. Some fantastic button boxes and just absolutely fantastic quality work to help aid you in your sim experience, whether that's iRacing or farm sim, flight sim, truck sim, even the sims. Be sure to head on over to Sim Gear Central and pick yourself up a fantastic button box here today. And Track Bar Media, the fantastic photo and video edits of real life and sim life racing. Be sure to head on over to Track Bar Media to go and check them on out. As always, I'm Alan Brown, and I got things going on here in the background, so camera's off here tonight, but I am joined by two of my good friends, one of which the brew master of Boiler City. Got Mr. Alan English joining us here tonight, live at Indianapolis here. Mr. English, it's a sneaky tough track. These four corners, they don't look like much, but man, it really eats these cars up.
They're a bear, man. It's tough to get around here. Not a whole lot of banking. I think 11 degrees of banking here. I think all the turns have right at 11 degrees or so of banking. So not a lot to keep your car on the track as you go into these turns. So you're really going to have to pay attention to your lifting and braking zones, and you're going to have to adjust those accordingly as you get tire wear throughout the life of a set of tires here. It's not an easy track to get around in a stock car. But especially with a hot track and everything. So yeah, I think once we get started and these guys kind of space out a little bit, you're going to see some great racing out there, and it's going to be guys racing the racetrack and racing that tire wear condition. So I don't think we'll see a whole lot of guys piled up on top of one another. It is hard to pass here though, so look to your passing zones are probably going to be, towards the end of the back stretch and towards the end of the front stretch. Guys are going to try to get an advantage coming off the turns, and then trying to use that momentum and some draft to try to slingshot around somebody and get a bumper inside of somebody. So that's really going to be the only way you're going to see guys passing here. We're not going to see much passing on the outside, I don't believe. I think this is the first time we've seen the next gen Cup car here, but I don't expect we'll see a lot different strategy than we did with the Gen 6 or even the Xfinity car. But I could be wrong. But interesting to see how it's all going to shake out tonight.
Yeah, that indeed is. Down there, Mr. Adam Turner, our official anger management specialist down there, getting all locked and loaded. Adam, gonna be an interesting race here tonight as these drivers take on the infamous Brickyard here.
Well, I just listened to English's diatribe. It sounds like it's gonna be fairly boring. I think we're in for a boring race. I don't like it. I don't like Indianapolis. We're going to have some fun talking about it. There's going to be some little things that happen, but everything changes every week. Stuff's different, but this track is tough, and there's a handful of guys that are really good. Then the rest of us that are just kind of, not very good at this track because, like you said, it's so flat. Tire wear is a huge thing. And we'll probably see a couple things. I think coming out of 2, we see some stuff, and coming out of 4 sometimes. So we'll have some excitement, especially when we start getting, into the pits, strategy and all that stuff. So it's always fun. If it's not fun, we're gonna make it fun, and we're gonna have the viewers along for the ride. So that's the best part. Let's go through the rules right now, real quick. 1 faster prepare, 70% fuel. And here's the important part. They've changed this league, I think, all the way around. 3 total sets of tires, so you're not going to have an extra set. That's going to be a little dangerous as we get through it. 18x penalty, 18x incident points, you'll get a penalty. 25x, you will get disqualified. And it's 118, so you're bound to see somebody slide all over the track and burn that thing up.
Oh, of that I am sure. As we take a look here at tonight's race info, some interesting corners here indeed. As though temperature looking pretty little warm, but otherwise the weather looking absolutely fantastic. Bringing us down to tonight's key to the race, and boy, oh boy, you got to make use of those straights. Get into that draft, do all your passes, because too wide here in these corners, that's how you really eat up those tires.
Yeah, you're constantly trying to put more and more wheel into it. If you're stuck down low, and if you're up high, you're getting into marbles, and you're not getting as much grip as you probably should. So yeah, too wide in the corners is going to be not very fun for these guys. Not only that, there's not a whole lot of runoff area here. So coming off of turn 4, especially where the pits start there, we've seen guys hit that inside wall and stuff right there. So you got to be careful doing that as well. Not a whole lot of room for error here.
No, not right there where you're talking about. It's a dangerous track. I'm not gonna lie. It'll be fun. We'll get to see some class driving up front for sure. But guys like you and myself, English, riding in the back, will be the boring ones. That's how. I always hated it here. That's just I wasn't a good driver. I mean, I'm great at Michigan, home with Ted Nugent.
Oh, sure you are.
But here, Indianapolis, it's got my number.
And that indeed is. Qualifying has come to completion, which means it's time to send it on down here for the official starting grid, as all the drivers are getting into their cars. So let's tell everybody where their favorite driver is going to be starting here tonight. 315 of Zach Millett getting things started off really good on pole position. He's going to have the 66 Drew Blaze starting to his outside. The 9 of Tommy Walsh starting here tonight in third with a fantastic starting position. Ethan Thompson in the 98 having a great starting spot here as well there in fourth. The 27 of Gavin Ray. I know Gavin Ray fans are out there and all ready to see him pick up a good finish here tonight, but he's getting started in fifth. The X-Man, Justin Johnson, having a good spot there in sixth. Seventh will be the double O of the original Florida man, Mr. Joe Bennett, with the 1 of DW to his outside there in eighth. The 64 of Joe Hoggard, finding himself starting here inside of this top 10 in ninth, with the 23 of Sean Walton, rounding out your field starting top 10.
05 car of PJ Cox will start inside row number 6 to his right. Nick Biddy in the 32. Anthony Williams in the 5 machine will start in 13th. 14th, Kevin Delia in the 53 car. The 78 of Brian Boyd starting in 15th place into his outside. Jeff Ottinger in the 76. Row number 9 is going to be Tim Stubblefield in the 92 and the 44 of Dana Shepard. And rounding out your top 20, making up row number 10, the 77 of Ryan Walter and the 79 of Jarrett Woodard.
All right. Thank God you had Woodard. I always mess that name up.
I'm glad.
Joe David in the 6th, 21st, 22nd. Scott Milner in the 2. 13 of Jonathan Hammond, 23rd. 3rd and 24th, Stephen Wood in the 19th. Chris Klein in the 51 car. Starts 25th, 26th. The Gambler. Wait, did I miss 25th? Chris Klein? No, I got that. 26th, Paul Ferdiani, the Gambler. 45, Mark Hollins, he starts 27th. 28th, the 48, Skylar Harrod. Number 17, Tate Cawthorn, 29th. In 30th, the 005, AJ Evangelista. Number 4, Russ Kilgore, 31st. Tristan Cotton, fan favorite, number 7, he starts 32nd. And the number 3, Chris Muth Jr. rounds it out.
And that indeed is the pace car guides this field down and around these tricky corners. We get ready to get all locked and loaded and head on out there for some racing.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's Let's do it indeed. As there he goes. Pace car coming off down and in to the pit lane as these drivers head on down for the front straightaway for the first time here tonight. Into that restart zone they go. Green flag is waving, and we are live here from Indy. Side by side they shuffle and bustle. 315 with a fantastic start there, also allowing the 66 to tuck into line, so single file for those two. But however, right behind them you got the 9 of Tommy Welsh trying to break free of that grip of 27 Gavin Ray and 00 Joe, and the 98 as the 2 wide action continues on here with the 64 machine going side by side here as well. You also got that 10 of Justin Johnson having a pretty good battle with the 00 of Joe Bennett and Ethan Thompson, as well as the 2 wide action continues to reign on. You got the 23 of Sean Walton still sticking up in there as well, with the 53 Kevin Delia trying to sneak his nose up underneath that bumper.
I love to see these guys run around the historic Brickyard track here. Of course, the only track that I know of that has 3 feet of bricks across the track to make up the start-finish line. I always thought that was really, really cool.
Well, it's the original track, right? That's what it was made up of, and that.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that.
I think that might be the reason.
I
don't know. Get your Googler.
That's a lot of bricks if that's the case.
Well, I don't know. I'm just making it up as I go, Brown. I like to don't let the facts get in the way of a good story. That's what I learned from the media. Okay, so you can decipher that if that's fact or fiction out there in the Googler land. Let me know.
Great to see everybody over there in the YouTube chat tonight. Earl Evans saying, let's do this. John Buckley out there joining us once again. Thanks for being here there, buddy. Let's see. Number 13. Earl's pulling for out there tonight. More saying, let's go plus EV. PS Fanatec sucks. He must be having some technical problems out there tonight with some of his equipment, I think, there. Angry Tacos Network saying, evening, everyone. Let's have a good race tonight. Adam Turner needs his America list tonight to keep us company.
I got it.
You got some stuff to talk about tonight, don't you?
I do. I really do, and I will get into it as this thing kind of. If it's a slow race, kind of like what's going on right now, just single file, I'll have some things to say.
Sure.
It'll be fun and topical. What else you got out there?
Let's see. Derek Donna out here pulling for Shepard in that 44 machine, saying race hard. Derek Welch saying my bad leg's screaming. I might cause some wrecks tonight. Derek always with the excuses. DW,
He'll probably win.
I got run over by a forklift.
I know.
No.
He's so whiny.
Oh man, we're hoping he gets better, man. We tease him.
Yeah, we're kidding.
We love DW for sure.
That's a joke for sure. He did get hit by a forklift, which isn't cool.
No, that's gotta suck, dude.
I wouldn't want to be hit by one.
Larry Dickerson out there saying no team all-star racing tonight. Ginger Parent out there pulling for Shepard as well, and John Buckley pulling for Gavin Ray.
As side-by-side action continues to reign on here. You got some interesting stuff going on between the 48, the 6, and the 3. Skylar Harry, Chris Muth Jr., and Joe David all having a pretty good battle here. You got the 3 and the 48 starting to go back to the side-by-side action, and right behind them you got the 7 of the Trister heading on through up underneath the 2 Scott Milner there by the looks of it. Now the 17 of Tate Cawthorn is looking to do the same.
Good action in the back with Chris Klein, Ryan Walter, Stephen Wood, Collins, Joe David. They're all in a little pack back here. The 48's back there as well. Just kind of fighting it out, figuring it out. Ooh, somebody's off the track in that. Pretty
Oh,
honest.
he's coming back up into traffic. That's going to cause a yellow here.
Oh, yes, it will. Taking multiple people with it.
Gordiani, it looks like he lost it on his own, maybe, and then just couldn't keep it down off the track and come up into traffic.
That's what it looks like. Yeah, and then, even hits the infield grass and just really nowhere to go for those drivers. It doesn't look like it, but Indianapolis being a very narrow course, man, it's just you have nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. You got the 2 of Milner and the 005 of AJ Evangelista getting snagged up and involved in that one.
All just ruined a great paint scheme. That Rivers Casino paint scheme was awesome. But early on in the race, you can burn your fast repair. I mean, you only have one, but you're still not totally out of it yet. So hopefully we see him back out there.
I think he just decided he's done for the night. He has manually disconnected.
What? I love the paint. Paul, come on.
Come on, Paul. Back in there.
Wow, get back. Come up. Come join us again. At least join us in the chat and tell us how terrible this track is and how it's killed your car, killed your night.
Or how bad Fanatec is.
I don't know. We can't say that because I got big things in the works about sponsors,
Oh, okay. Well,
I mean, what if they decide to become a sponsor of AAA broadcasting?
They won't if they look back at this broadcast.
Yeah. Oh, I don't even know anything about Fanatec.
But I can't say enough good things about Thrustmaster and their T300 series.
There you go.
We could turn this around.
Yeah, there you go. Man.
Well, as these guys go around the track right now, we'll talk about a little bit about Joe Bennett. We mentioned him during the opening. When we were talking about the grid order here. Started in 7th place up to 5th right now. Had a great win last night here in the Super Speedway Series. And
yeah.
It was great to talk to him. And it looks like a big fake out happening down there on pit entry. Had a bunch of folks look like they were going to come in. They all ducked off, and it looks like the 27 of Gavin Ray, the only guy on pit lane right now.
Well, now we got some
probably
takers.
be a gas and go.
Yeah, we got some takers right now.
Yeah, towards the back of the field, some guys opting.
If you're in the rear, you might as well get fuel and
get
some fuel. Well, Brown's going to have to take off at some time, eh? Brown, you still with us?
Yeah, still with you for the moment. Just waiting for the official get over here.
I got
that.
Yeah. Yeah, well, no problem. We got plenty of stuff to talk about. I want to talk about, I don't want to get into it just yet, but they found this guy dead in Obama's pond, in Obama's estate. I really want to know who this guy is.
President?
Yeah. What did this guy know? You're going to tell me he drowned in a little pond on Martha's Vineyard in front of...
It can happen.
Well, it's a little suspicious, isn't it?
Was it Jimmy Hoffa?
No, it was probably somebody on the list with the other people that have been dealt with the Arkansas way. That's my concern. I gotta talk in little vagaries here. I'm gonna get in trouble, The C, it starts with a C, ends with an A, and it has another letter. Agency, they don't really care for my commentary.
Certified public account. I don't understand, Turner.
Yeah, it's their the CPAs. They're against me.
Well, I
mean, just think about it. It's just like it's just strange to me. Okay, I'm a little concerned.
Turner's made everyone mad, from Canada to the CIA to Illuminati to WNBA.
You're bringing up big words that we shouldn't be talking about right now.
Yeah, the WNBA. I agree.
Well, I mean, I haven't even talked about them.
Josh Kelleher out there supporting his fellow team DEP race teammates tonight, saying, let's go out there, boys.
All right, good. We got to have everybody excited about this. We got one more lap.
And we'll be crazy to talk about.
Well, yeah, you got to get me off the rails sometimes. I started rambling.
Back on the rails.
You were actually saving me from, going kayaking.
Yeah.
Well, going kayaking and then all of a sudden drowning, even though I'm a strong swimmer. It could happen to me, I might be next.
It could. Absolutely.
Got to be careful. I don't want to suicide myself with 2 bullets, I've seen that one happen before, too. Wow. Well, Indianapolis, I think they got a pretty. There's a golf course attached to this, Brown, isn't there?
Yeah,
It's
there's 2 or 3 holes right there in the middle of the infield.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. That's what you should. You should play that course. You never played it. I'm imagining.
Well, that's for certain. I got a feeling it's probably a members only. You know.
But you're a member of AAA broadcast, man. They'll cut us a
You
break.
gotta throw that card out.
I know. Talk to the iRacing. Look at the iRacing people. Let them know.
Yeah, cut us a break by charging us triple.
Oh, that's not cool.
Nah, I think we talk well to iRacing, so
Yeah.
I think they'll help us out.
I think so. But either way, the lights on the pace car are back turned off, so we get ready to head on out and roll out here once again with that 315 and the 66, getting things restarted here up at the front. The 9 starting up there on that inside with the Double O Joe to his outside, and there we go, putting the pedal to the metal as the 315 launches out in front here once again. Not as good of a restart as originally, but the 66 still going to have to just settle in and tuck in the line. Same thing with Double O Joe and the 9 of Tommy Welch. Meanwhile, Justin Johnson continues to try to make moves up on that outside lane, going side by side with the 23 of Sean Walton here as the field enters the back straightaway. You can see everybody kind of scattering about, trying to figure out and pick a good place to put their car here. 64 Joe Hoggard gets away from the 53 Adelia and the 98 of Thompson for the time being, sliding into that top 5 position. You also got Nick Biddy in the 32 machine. Oh, he's beating and banging out there, almost taking it 3 wide as got a big run coming down this front straightaway.
Danny Poachslag out there saying DEP Racing. There's nothing but a bunch of thugs racing out there. Of course, his race crew out there.
Wait, now you're taking liberties with the man's name. You're calling him Danny, Daniel, Dan.
Daniel, sorry, that's my dad's name. My dad has the same name. Everybody calls him Danny. Sorry about that.
Okay. Well, we just don't want to offend anybody here. We're not about offending anyone. That's for sure.
He said they're here to take over.
Nice. Yeah, single filing out a little bit. Chris Muth looks like he's on rails a little bit. He has made some moves just past Tristan Cotton. Looks like he wants to get through some other people.
You guys out there trying to gain a little bit of track position here. We don't have any stages here in this series here at NTRL. So there's no guaranteed cautions. So guys wanting to make track position on their own time here. And it is so hard to pass here. Running too wide, it slows you down so much that guys are going to have cars bottlenecking up behind them and stacking up as they try to run too wide and fight each other. One line really around this joint. Can't really run multiple lines here.
And I mean that's really what makes the racing here at Indy so difficult is you really have to make sure you set up the pass for the straightaways, and I mean that's not an easy task to do, especially when people are running different lines and different ways to get through the corners than you. So you might actually catch up to them in the middle of the corner, which you then have to check up mid corner, and you're not going to have that run heading on down the back straight.
And a lot of time when you do check up, you start pushing towards the outside, you get that air off of your nose when you're right up on somebody's back bumper, and you will slide up the track here. You slide up too much, you're getting that loose material up there, you might be smacking that outside wall on exit.
I mean, tough track. This is the only track, I know this is going to be hard for y'all to believe, that Paul Menard ever won a race at.
Is that right?
In the Cup cars, yeah.
I thought he had a restrictor plate race.
I think this is it. This is the only one.
He didn't win when he was with Wood Brothers?
don't think
That might have
so.
been
I mean, he was a decent driver,
That might
but
have
he
been
had
Trevor
that.
Bain or something.
He had that name, Menards. Save big money at Menards.
Oh yeah.
He's an heir to the Menards throne.
Look,
So
if you've never been to a Menards, they have them up
I
north.
haven't.
Down here.
Yeah, I've never
I
been in
have.
one, but I
You
hear.
can buy 5 sheets of plywood, a head of lettuce, a box of Cheerios, a new VCR. You could buy all that stuff. At
VCR? What year are we in? A VCR?
hey.
You can't buy a VCR anywhere anymore unless you're at a flea market somewhere on Harvard in Houston.
So
What is wrong with you?
You could buy
VCR.
you could buy electronics
God
or
almighty.
hardware
What
or groceries.
What year is your brain in, man?
I'm sorry.
Wow. You're not even as
It
old
just
as I
came
am.
out, man.
It did. It came out. Lord have mercy. Dude, Chris Smuth, his paint scheme is awesome, man. That Budweiser paint. I love that thing. Oh, Browns, take it away. Save us.
I can tell you who's not going to give us a sponsorship. It's Menards.
I like Menards. I want to go. You're the one talking about a VCR. Oh, man.
Oh, stop.
Yeah, I told you we'd have fun tonight, even if the racing wasn't top notch, Ooh. I got a little
glad it
tickled there. Yeah, it did. It was funny. VCR. Hey, I do have an 8-track player, but I don't, say I'm going to get an 8-track, when I go to Walmart, I know that's a vintage thing. I have to search for it other places, not Menards.
We had one of those cabinet stereos when I was a kid that had a turntable on one side, and then the other side, it was like a shelf,
had one
it was
too,
a decorative thing. And then you open the other side, the sliding top, and it had the tuner, AM, FM, and then it had the 8-track player in there. We had.
I have that whole setup in my shop. Still works. It has a TV on it too. I got the full setup.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Big old 25-incher probably.
Well, I think about maybe 30.
Oh man, that was big.
It's
For
a
cabinet
fancy one.
TV.
Yeah, I still have it. So that's how cool that is.
We still
Brown's
got-
probably never seen nothing like that.
Oh no.
No, I haven't.
I have to put some pictures. Maybe we'll put some pictures on our AAA Facebook machine. I'm gonna get more involved. I gotta fight this Zuckerberg guy. He's gonna fight Elon, and I'm gonna fight Bill Gates. That's the next.
Have you actually issued a formal challenge though?
No, because I want to put it on like proper letterhead and stuff. I'm trying to make sure it's
Get it
professionally
notarized.
done. Yeah. One would know. I mean, business.
Well, Earl Evans, breaking news, he was able to bribe his IT guy to unblock this, I guess, so he could watch the races on his work computer. That's
Oh,
pretty
good.
cool. Hope it didn't cost you too much there, Earl, because the value, I don't know if you're going to get what you're paying for.
Well, he's not paying anything. It's free. It's on YouTube.
Well, he said he had to bribe him. He's going to cost him
Hey,
something.
probably buy him a Cohen after work. Give him some hush.
Sure.
Little hush, like a sandwich or something. You can eat my lunch, Just don't tell anybody that what you did to my computer, eh?
These guys continue to roll around the track here. We're already on lap number. We're fixing to start lap number 19 here already.
Jarrett Woodard just disconnected on the trailer, on the hauler.
Oh man, already? Jeff Ottinger with a connection issue. He has rejoined us. Hopefully he's able to turn some more laps out here tonight. We're bound to have some, at least probably a couple of DNFs here tonight. So maybe he can make some attrition positions as we still have 29 cars on the lead lap here at Indy.
Man, tell you what. What happened?
Earl said it cost him some Krispy Kreme
There you go. That's what I thought. Like a sandwich or some kind of snack.
donuts.
Beer. I don't know. But here's the key. Now he's got this over your head forever. He could tell the boss man, hey, this guy watches YouTube all day at the job. You know, so you got to be careful with these people.
It's not
you know?
all day. This race isn't going to last.
Well, I know. Well, I mean, I know, but they can hold it over your head, you know. Now you got to, you got to get something on this guy, so he doesn't have the power, you know. It's like a power dynamic, a struggle.
One thing's for sure, Zach Millett knows how to get around this place. The driver of the 315 car, up front since the start and pulling away. He's got a second and a half on Drew Blaze in the 66, and they're pulling away even farther from the rest of the field here with a solid 4 seconds over Tommy Welch.
Yeah, so they don't want to see any kind of cautions or anything when they're ripping away that fast. Oh, man.
I tell you what, very historic track here. This is one of the oldest tracks around. It's
Was it all bricks? Would you find that out? Use your Googler. I mean, it was a lot of bricks, but I in Houston, there's all these streets that were just bricks. And they still have some of them. Like, the whole streets were bricks back in the day, you know? That was like a thing.
I know that this place it predates auto racing, I believe. Didn't they used to race this? No, this is 1909, so there were cars around then. I think that somebody once said, I don't know if it's a famous person or not, said that people started racing cars when they built the second car, you know?
That's probably actually true.
1909, yeah. August 12th, 1909.
Yeah. It's a big Lone Star battle tonight, the Astros versus the Rangers.
Oh, is that series already here?
Well, they keep, they play quite a bit since they're in the same.
Oh, they're in the same division.
4-2 Stros at the moment.
113 years old. This track is. A little too wide action there coming out of turn 2, or out of turn 4 rather, onto the front stretch there. Pack of cars between the 48 and the 1.
Hey, is our Elon Musk still here? I hadn't heard from him. I want to make sure he's okay. Brown.
I honestly.
Okay, you're still here.
Oh, I'm still here. I'm just letting.
Okay,
I'm just letting
I
you
don't
guys
feel
do.
like.
I'm just letting you guys
We're
go.
here when we need to step it up.
Yeah, if you're here, then we want to hear from
I
you.
don't want to
If
step
not,
on you.
Oh,
No.
well, you
Feel
guys
free.
are doing a
Okay. If you
fine
if you
job.
wanted to. All right. Well.
But the we do have the 48 who was going a couple wide there with the 45 of Mark Collins. Other than that, we got the 53 Kevin Delia under attack here by the 98 of Ethan Thompson going side by side down into turn 1.
Yeah. See, you're seeing all the stuff, and we're just talking. So Tristan Cotton did hit the wall a little bit earlier on this lap, and now he's coming in. Must have had some damage.
Let's see if
He does have a meatball flag. So, meatball flag, if people are unfamiliar, it's a black flag with a brown circle in the middle, and they'll wave that at you when you have mandatory repairs that you need done. And if you ignore that flag for more than a couple laps, they'll stop scoring you. So, got to come down and get some things fixed. So, under green flag condition, that's going to take a while, and you're going to lose a lot of track position, a lot of positions. But you're going to be slow out there anyway. You must have smacked the wall pretty hard if you got a meatball.
Yeah, he did. He hit it pretty hard, but he kept it under control.
The 1 and the 48 side by side now. My goodness. Skylar Herod not giving up the fight there. He's got a little pressure from behind. That'd be the 92 of Tim Stubblefield. And these guys racing pretty safe. I haven't seen a whole lot of contact between cars here tonight. I don't know what you guys are seeing, but we are seeing some passing now, and I think it's because we're 25 laps in now. These guys are limited on their tire sets. I think within the next 5 laps or so, you're going to see some guys coming down to get tires and fuel. But I think now is when it's starting to reveal itself who has been saving tires and who's been just running all out there.
You got to make it to at least 30 so you can cut this thing into thirds, right?
Sure, yeah.
There's no other way around
My math is not failed me.
Well, I mean, it hasn't done you any favors, I can tell you that. Man. Speaking of cars and fat, you were talking about ever since they created the second car, people love cars, right, and racing them. You know about these fancy Corvette cars, right? Like the older models, 60s, the 50s and 60s. They're kind of like the guy that they're claiming is president. He has one of those, those Corvettes, right?
Oh, yeah, he's got old mid-60s.
Yeah. Well, there's evidence that came out today that when his son, this guy, HB, we'll call him, made a threatening phone call to another country, threatening that the big guy was going to, do something if they didn't pay up. He was actually with Uncle Joe, and he was driving the Corvette that day with a couple ladies of the night. They got pictures of it. Proof. Evidence.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Can you believe that?
If I had a Corvette,
He doesn't have a Corvette. His daddy had one. So he's a 45-year-old man taking it out for a spin with a couple of ladies of the night with pictures. Why is this just coming out now?
It's not all he took for a spin, I bet.
Oh, I know. Google it for yourself. I am the guy that's the conspiracy
I'm still
theorist.
trying to find out
it's all
the
true.
Thing.
Yeah, keep looking for that. Josh Kelleher says he's thinking fuel real soon.
Well, yeah, that's what we're seeing here. Is the 53 makes his way on in, but it also looks like the 53 was missing 3/4 of his front hood.
Yeah, he probably hit something.
Oh, he smacked the inside wall on pit entry. That's what happened to him.
Ooh, that's a whiskey dip. That's what that is.
Good night. I don't know if it's because he locked him up or what.
Tommy Welsh coming on in. So great call there for Josh Kelleher saying, looks like it's about that time.
A lot of guys coming in.
Now, are they pitting now just a short pit, the tire situation, or are they almost out of fuel? Could this be a fuel issue later in the race?
Most definitely it could be here.
Yeah, that'd be interesting if we were a couple of laps short on fuel at the end of the thing.
Oh,
that always makes it fun.
Kevin Delia, the 53 we were just talking about, did get a black flag. He did serve it, though, so it is now cleared. That must have been for an unsafe pit entry or speeding entering the pits, one or the other. Came in pretty hot and sideways.
At that Indy, Double O Joe Hoggard, Nick Biddy, and Mark Collins all making their way down into the pits as we speak. And of course, as we speak, there's my hey, you need to do something real quick call. So I will leave you with the fantabulous iRacing AI, however it determines whatever the most exciting is.
Good luck.
And
good luck with this.
Good luck to Mr. English and Turner. I do hope to be back in time for the end of this thing, but we'll just have to see.
Yeah,
you and us both. But leave it to the gruesome twosome here.
Is that us?
Get to work.
Well, handle what you got to, Brown. We got it from here.
Yeah.
It'll never go off the rails with us two in charge.
No, there's
Look,
no way.
is there any other conspiracy theories y'all want to talk about when Brown's gone? I feel,
Yeah. Message
you know,
them
like,
in the comments.
let us know.
You want
I
to talk
have
about
some-
more about lizard people or?
Oh, that was last night. I
Or,
forgot about that.
oh yeah. Ginger
That was-
Parent out there saying just finished my shift on the Boo Boo bus.
No,
Let anything exciting happen while I drive home. Is
No,
the Boo
it
Boo
won't.
bus? Is that EMS? Is that
I guess, yeah.
I don't know what the Boo Boo bus means?
I don't know.
She-
Probably.
He or she may be an EMT.
What do you mean? He or she? What are we doing? Pronouns now?
No,
I'm
Ginger.
getting
I don't know.
Ginger.
Parent-
Oh my
I don't know if
God.
that's a first name or if it means they're a redhead. I don't know.
Remember Ginger from you know,
Gilligan's Island, yes.
Yes, Gilligan's Island. That was a wonderful show. We don't make programs like that anymore, do we?
No. Thanks for that. Leave my
I could
program. Leave my
I'd like to
program alone.
tape I'd like to tape that with my VCR. I'd like to if I
Get
can't
right
catch
on
it. I'll program my
Oh,
VCR.
there we go. I nailed it. EMS and firefighter. Yep.
Of course.
I thought.
Well,
I
thank
heard
you for your
that
service.
before.
You may have
Absolutely.
to save one of us one day. So,
I-
that's important. You got to be nice to them.
if I didn't go into the service, that might have been the direction I would have gone. But just, I hear horror stories from all of my family.
You
Good
see
to
the
see
worst of
firefighter.
the worst,
Oh, I'm telling you.
It's not a wonderful life by any means, but, it pays the bills, and sometimes you actually do get to help people. So that is
Absolutely.
rewarding.
You're encountering people on the worst day of their life every day.
Right. Exactly.
And it's how it ends up,
Yeah.
that determines whether you have a good day.
And
or
that's-
not.
That's every day, and that's the same for cops, any first responder, You're coming up with the worst. These guys are having the worst day, or they're the worst of the worst, or whatever.
Yeah.
Every single day, day in, day out, same old garbage. And then you have to, be professional and act like, hey,
Even if there's
This
people
is
throwing
important to
rocks
me.
at you
yeah, or urine. It doesn't matter. You got to keep
or
pushing
shooting
through.
at you.
Yeah, that happens too. Anyway, so thank you for being EMS firefighter. I love all those people. I've argued with them over the years. What?
Oh, it's getting good over there. Becca Shepard said LMAO dying about the redhead comment. And then Ginger says, I scored 10 points higher on the test than Dana. So he became a police officer. And she became an EMT.
I see where this is going. That's funny.
That's big talk for a hose dragger, huh?
Yeah, I didn't know they had any grammar or anything. They don't have to write anything. They just go pick up the person, and then drag him to the hospital or put out the fire and be the hero, These firemen and women.
Oh, man. Got a couple more takers coming down the pit lane here.
I just saw Albert tickled me there with that one. Albert says he missed the race tonight, you guys, but he's at Menards buying a new VCR.
Josh Kelleher said he's going to Blockbuster to get a videotape.
Oh,
I
Earl
still
Evans says double A. Hammond's
yeah,
pitting.
double A there now.
Hammond is pitting. We are paying attention to the race. It's just, it's Indianapolis. I hate it here. The only thing I want to do is come here, crush Colin's in the parking lot, and eat maybe some carnival food, Check out what the Midwest has.
I'm crushing my third champagne.
I'm not talking about here. I'm talking about if we were at the real race in Indianapolis,
Oh, I took it as we're crushing them here, so I'm crushing.
Well, we can crush them here virtually too, That's fine with me.
I had a Blockbuster card in my wallet up until about 2 years ago. I finally.
That
put it in
doesn't
my wallet.
surprise me. I found
My
one of
wallet
I found
looked
one
like
of mine.
Costanzas, you know, it was about 3 inches thick until I cleaned all the stuff out of it. One of those things I
Man.
found in there was a Blockbuster card.
Yeah, I had the same issue. I saved it because I knew it was gonna be vintage. You know, I could take it to the thrift store,
It's gonna be worth
get
a
$1.50 out of it. Some idiot will buy it, you know, in 20 years. I'll be like, what is this thing? I have the utmost respect. Her dad is almost a 30-year veteran with the sheriff's department. Her brother's in there for 8. So awesome.
It's awesome, man.
Look, I got a little history with that kind of part of the house myself. I've done a lot of business. I'm retired though, so
Yeah.
you know, I'm just a retired one. But I've seen some things. I've been around the block. So I have a lot of respect for all first responders, especially the cops, because, you know, they're cooler. From what I know, you know.
Well, Zach Millett back in the lead here after Derek Welch comes on down. Zach Millett also with the fastest lap time out there tonight, a 52.525. Pretty quick lap here. Top speeds around 197 miles an hour out here tonight.
How are they getting that fast?
That's in the draft. That's the highest speed you can get pretty much out here. Other than that, 187, 188, about all you can really get if you're not in the draft. Yeah, some lightning fast cars out there here tonight. Zach Millett continues to put on a clinic out here. Last lap, last time they crossed the start-finish line of Bricks there, 4 seconds ahead of Drew Blaze in the 66 machine. So Zach's definitely showing that he's turned some laps here. Oh, a little contact out there between Justin Johnson,
The X?
and PJ Cox in the 05, it looked like.
Is he the Elon Musk of iRacing? You see, Elon changed Twitter to X now.
I'm not on that.
Well, it's now an X,
Oh, okay.
just so you know.
Wasn't it like a little bird? A birdie?
Yeah, he's
Blue-
getting rid of the
blue
bird. You know, which is cool
Turn
because
it to an X.
birds are kind of dumb, you know? So he's
That's
just going with an
not fair.
X, which is cool.
So much more edgy.
Yeah, it's so much better.
Oh my goodness. Our YouTube's going nuts out there. Let's see.
Why? What happened? Who said something?
Jessica Stumpville. You already read that one. Let's see.
I didn't read that.
Josh Kelleher says, I see we have an X car and an
Yeah.
XIX tonight. Sparta.
Yeah. So,
They're going to have to help me out on that.
I-
Jessica Stubblefield says Blockbuster cards are in the Tennessee State Museum Hollywood video cards too. We had one of those also. Then it became
I saw some crazy happen in a Hollywood video one time. I can't talk about it on air, but it was
Yeah.
gruesome.
I can't even talk about what our Hollywood video turned into, but let's just say they sold large plastic toys.
Oh,
And let's
fun.
see. Albert Anderson says if he failed the law enforcement exam, he would have become a firefighter. I love
funny.
that.
It's a good rivalry, you know?
Sure, man. It's like service rivalries, you know.
Yeah, very similar.
Army and Air Force and Army Marines and Navy and everybody else. You know. I always tease Greg, our buddy Greg Klein was in the Navy. I was talking to him one day about the Marine Corps, you know, because Marine Corps is
They're the same thing. They're the same, right?
well, it's
No,
a
I know, they're-
department.
Of the Navy, yes.
It's a department of the Navy, but it's also known as the men's department.
That's not coming from me.
Yeah.
That's not coming from me. Ooh, 7 got turned by Joe.
Oh, yellow
that's
is out
awesome.
because there were other cars coming. So Tristan Cotton had to tow there.
Yeah, he hit the wall hard. He was losing it before Double O Joe came up behind him. And Double O Joe, I think, may have just tapped him a touch and sent him on his merry way.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. He was loose already going into the turn. Double O Joe was too close to him to react, and that's not what caused it. But
hey, is our stream? It's still going. Okay, I thought we were
Yes.
having issues. Man.
yeah, Tristan Cotton done for the night. Manually disconnected there after that contact. Jessica Stubblefield says, "Dispatchers for sure."
Ginger has a pretty good comment. I don't know if you want to say it. There could be.
Hail to the dispatchers. Also, God gave
No.
firefighters.
Yes, that's
So
a good
big
one.
that he had to put them on their chests. Yes.
That's a good one. I like it. Good rivalries out there.
Albert Anderson said, "Mad respect for all first responders and
Yeah.
dispatchers alike. Love to joke around with firefighters. The rivalry is real."
Oh, there's a thing. That's why they had the guns versus hoses. Boxing matches and
They have that here.
softball.
They
We
call
do it
battle-
everywhere. It's everywhere.
Battle of the Badges is what they call it here in Shreveport, Bossier City, and they have the cops and the firefighters do a little boxing down at the Horseshoe Casino. Looks like most of our field coming down onto the pit lane here as we're approaching halfway. We're about 3 laps short of the halfway point of this race, but a lot of guys saying, "Hey, close enough. I'm going to come down and get some fuel." Actually, it's trying to kind of split it into thirds on the tire situation. Is this going to be a fuel only stop for a bunch of guys?
Yeah, I think it's got to be. You don't have an extra set. You can't survive another 50 laps on this last set of tires. So yeah, you're gonna have to just fuel right here. Maybe stretch it out. So let me ask you this: you still have a Horseshoe Casino and down there in your neck of the woods?
Absolutely.
Man, did anybody get whacked over there? Did they take Hoffa there or something like that?
I don't know, man.
Horseshoe. I've been to the old Horseshoe in Vegas, man. In the sands, there's a lot of history.
They got their claws pretty deep into this parish government here, so
I bet they do.
so,
Man,
I don't know.
you probably don't want to say anything either, do you? Kind of like me with the stuff I was saying earlier.
I might legit get whacked.
I might too. This guy, it was in Obama's pond, just frolicking around, and so now he's unalive. What did he know? They unalive all these people that know things like that.
They unalive them.
The one guy that I don't want to mention his name, he was in a prison cell under heavy security.
Starts with an E.
Both guards fell
Ends with a
asleep.
sign.
Both guards fell asleep. The cameras broke, and he unalived himself. You expect me, as the American public, to believe you? I don't think so. There's a lot more questions that need to be answered. Sorry. It's really set me off with this pond thing. And R.I.P. to whoever died in the pond. I feel bad for him. But I think there's more things to it. You know what I mean?
I'm waiting for Paul Harvey to say, "And now you know the rest of the story." But we're never going to know, are we?
Yeah.
Looks like we're doubling up here. Lights around on the pace car. Next time we come across the start-finish line made of our 3 foot of bricks there, we're going to have half of this race to go. So it's going to be right close there to the halfway point. We're going to have
Tristan.
6 laps to go.
Tristan lost it, and he said he's just going to hang out with us now. You did hit the wall pretty hard there. That was impressive.
Yeah, it's weird. It's almost like Denny Hamlin was below him there.
Denny Hamlin. That guy. What a hack job. Yeah. Thinks he's something now.
I'm
just
sure
don't like
he has
it.
a couple of fans left, but my
Who?
goodness, man.
Who's
I
a
don't
Hamlin
know.
fan? I like Bush, Kyle Bush. over Hamlin.
All right, give me some latitude here, okay? So Dale Earnhardt Sr., when he would take people out, he would own it. He was like, "Yeah, you got to do what you got to do to win," you know. But it's
Well,
never
he was
Hamlin's
just-
fault. He's
Yeah,
like,
he was just.
I didn't touch the guy. You know, he was this close to claiming net code out
Yeah,
there.
we talked about that yesterday.
Yeah.
It was just net code at Pocono. He probably watched our broadcast when you hit me in turn 2 in Pocono.
I mean,
Ruined
probably,
my day.
but he
Figured he
didn't.
could do that.
Man,
Yeah, I got you. Here we go. Get this thing cranked up.
all right, pace car is down. Green flag in the air as these guys come down the historic front stretch here at Indianapolis. 51 getting a good push from the 315 on the outside. Derek Welch leading that inside line all by himself as the 315 ducks on down to join the one. And going into turn 1, it's all the number 1. Derek Welch, DW out there. Your pole sitter out here tonight.
He's in the lead.
Look at that draft, how it works. The 315 getting a fender inside. Ooh, a little bit of contact with the one. 315 of Millet backing out right there. Hi to everybody out there watching on Zach Millet's Twitch stream, that S4 guy. This guy does a lot of streaming out there. And
Yeah, put
here he
that
comes
on.
again. Looking to the inside once again on Derek. Not able to get his nose in there that time. This battle is not over by a stretch.
Yeah, and if the battle's not matching the TV, we don't have any controls. You know.
Oh,
so.
is it focused on something else?
I don't know. I can't keep up. It's 15-second lag. We're just out here winging it, man. We're winging it.
I wish we could have seen that battle for the lead there.
Well, I mean, might have. I just don't know.
It
There's a lot of other stuff happening.
Looks like it's mid-pack somewhere there.
Well, regardless, we're having fun. They're kind of fighting it out right now, too wide throughout the middle of the pack, and that might be why it's focused on some of that stuff because it's more exciting right now in the back of the field.
Josh Kelleher said, "Fun fact of the day today is Pioneer Day, or Pie and Beer Day, depending on where you're at in Utah. Utah goes hard with the fireworks.
What?
Pioneer Day.
Today?
You heard of Pioneer Day?
Well, no, I'm not from Utah, man. I mean, I've heard of it
I
in
spent
other
a lot of
places.
time in Utah.
Oh,
They
is it
also
like
celebrate
a...
it in the
big
Dakotas,
deal?
I think. Yeah.
Okay, so they actually drink liquor in Utah? That's allowed?
Well-
I ordered a cold one at the Salt Lake City Airport one time, and this was in the 90s. But they acted like I was the devil himself. It was a Sunday, you know. Yeah, it's catching a flight.
You hate
You
them?
know, and I felt like a heathen. And I think I had to pay extra or something. Really jammed it to me in Salt Lake City.
Well, then you weren't from there. That's probably why they charged you double.
True. That's fine.
Tristan Cotton saying today's just another day in the amazing state of Texas. Amen to that.
Yeah. Yeah. We all done a lot of good time down there. Well,
Yeah,
us
my
here at the booth
birthplace.
have.
Yeah.
Yeah, my basically home. I drift around a little bit from all across the border, but home is really Texas.
Yeah, Josh Kelleher says, yeah, it's a Mormon thing. It's a Mormon holiday thing.
Oh, so you can't really drink then, so. Well, that's cool. Man, I don't know. I love to learn new things about America, though. So I've been in this part of the country for most of my life. Obviously, my adult life. You know, Texas, Oklahoma. What's out there, you know? Maybe I need to explore. Is there any more American places than here? I want America. I want bald eagles. I want freedom. I don't want nobody to tell me what to do. I don't want big government. I want to be just having a good time, but I also want some nice weather. Where do I go?
Well, I know a couple of places, but weather's not one of them that's going to help you out. Lahoma Randall says hello out there. Thank you so much. Hope the kiddos are tuned in here tonight as well. Josh Kelleher
cool.
says, yeah, all the state liquor stores are closed today.
What? Well, I guess if you know it's coming, you can plan ahead, right?
Oh, Tristan, my Texas brother says,
Yeah.
I thought it smelled like Boomer Sooner.
That's right. I am a Sooner, and I always will be one. But I spent most of my life in Texas. I was born in Oklahoma. Basically lived most of my adult life in Texas. And now I live on the border. And I'm not telling you which side of the river I'm on. But I love both sides. But Texas has a little bit better cold beer. A little bit better laws regarding cold beer. And stuff like that. But I like both. I am a Sooner, though. University of Oklahoma.
Now you're going there for your graduate degree now, are you not?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't want to brag like I'm smart or anything, but since we got time, yeah, I am English. I am pretty much borderline genius. I don't know if most of y'all probably know that by listening. No,
our resident idiot savant.
Yes. No, my brother, my dad graduated from OU. I graduated from Sam Houston State, in the great state of Texas. But I'm getting my master's here at OU, just to one up them,
Yeah, you got to jam it to them.
It's a cool school, dude. It's a real neat beautiful campus. If you've never been, really cool. But yeah, I got to jam it to them. That's the only reason I'm doing it. I'm not smart by any means. Listen to me talk.
Three machine in the wall here, going side by side with Gavin Ray in the 27, able to keep it straight. The 44 and the X machine right behind them, witnessing all this. It's like the 44 of Dana Shepard getting the better part of the deal there with his battle with the X machine of Johnson.
Yeah. Tristan. Oh, big crash. And he's up in the wall right in front of Anthony Williams, who is an Okie, I think. Let's see here. Ryan Walter in that Wounded Warrior project just smacked the wall hard on his own. And he's just running on the inside now, stayed out of the way of everybody else.
Yeah, green flag still out here. 27, Gavin Ray got in the wall a little bit there, so he went 3 wide with the 48 and the X machine. Ooh, a little pucker moment there, but everybody...
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, Tristan's got some jokes tonight, huh? Welcome to the SEC. Yeah, that's going to be a real treat. I'll throw more remotes now than I ever did before. Yeah,
every LSU game, you're going to be throwing remotes.
I was at the LSU OU LSU National Championship game in New Orleans. That was an embarrassment. It was like 14-7. Y'all beat us.
You shouldn't have gone. I mean,
I had a good time. I got good food. It was fun. And I'm getting my master's degree in conspiracy theories. Well, that might be true.
Close enough.
Yeah. It's not conspiracy theories when they've all become true. That's kind of my thing. But I'll try to drum up some more. I don't know.
66 of the 315, a little bump, fender to fender action there.
Hey, this is the best part of the race, English. You know why?
Blaze takes that position.
This is the best part of the way. Well, because this is where my racing crashes, and you have to kind of call the whole thing on your own.
All of it now. All right, Derek Welch battling now. Chris Klein in the 51, side by side. Chris Klein doing a great job of managing his tires. He's going to bring Zach Millett with him. So a new leader and a new second place driver as they're able to clear Derek Welch. Here comes the 66 of Drew Blaze, also making the pass on Derek Welch. Derek has gone from first. He's about to sink to fifth as Joe Hoggard attempts to take that position away from Derek Welch as well.
Yeah, he could only hang on so long with that bad leg.
Tristan Cotton, he's a Texas A&M fan. I hope he at least knows how to play 42.
Well, he probably does. Well, Tristan, then that's good because my son just graduated from Texas A&M, and proud of the Aggies and him. So we got a blended family. We got Okies and Aggies and all kinds of stuff. We're all combined. So
My old commander, Colonel Humphreys, was the commandant out there for a while. Yeah.
For the cadets.
Yeah, and now he's I think he runs admissions or something out there now.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time in College Station. I lived there for a couple of years.
27 to 53 with a spirited battle here as well for about 17th, 18th place, something like that here. Some loose race cars out there here as these guys pushing these tires to the limit. Remember the last stop, most guys taking fuel only. Oh, wreck as the 4 bounces off the inside wall, comes back up and hits the 53. Russ Kilgore in the 4.
What?
What's the issues there?
We hadn't talked about Russ much tonight.
Green flag still flying out here. Kevin Delia, who got hit by the 4, sounds like he's done for the night.
Ouch.
Man, unfortunate turn of events there for Kevin.
All right, I'm loading back in slowly but surely so I can try to help you out. Ethan Thompson really having a nice run. He's in 11th. Brian Boyd, same thing in 10th. PJ Cox in 9th. Tommy Welch in 8th. Jonathan Hammond 7th. 00 Joe Bennett 6th. Derek Welch 5th. Joe Hoggard 4th. Drew Blaze, Zach Millett, and Chris Klein. That's your basically top 10 right there.
Yeah, Chris Klein, so far it looks like your hardest charger of the night here so far, up 24 positions. Started back at 25th. He's now being scored your leader.
Ooh, I'm not sure he's going to be up there for. We got a caution.
Oh, 44, Dana Shepard.
Yeah, Dana Shepard.
Are you back in there, buddy? Did you see what happened?
Yeah, no, I'm rewinding and I'm going to try to see what he did. But I am here.
Big yellow flag here as we may see some pit stops occurring here soon. Fixing to start lap number 59 here, so
I'm not sure what happened, to be honest with you.
Derek Donna joining us just in time to hear that the 44 of Dana Shepard has crashed. See if I can rewind and see anything from my point of view here.
Yeah, you'll have to bear with us, our crowd control man, the guy who hits all the buttons and does all the replays.
I've got it.
Basically, he runs the whole thing. He is out for a little.
He lost it coming off of. Turn is this here? I believe it's turn number 4 here. He lost it coming off the turn, tried to save it, and it snapped on him, and he went up into the outside wall and hit pretty hard there, right in front of a couple other cars. It doesn't look like anyone else caught any damage on that. Let me go back and watch it again here. Oh, yeah, the 27 of Gavin Ray also taken out in that. So the 44 and the 27 both involved there, suffering some major damage. Sounds like Gavin Ray, yeah, the driver of the 27, Gavin Ray, has exited the race for tonight. So,
all right, so I'm looking at some Discord stuff. Early on in the race, Paul Ferdiani says, "Sorry about that first caution. His brakes failed and would only work 0 to 100 after the first lap." So I guess that he had some equipment problems.
Yeah, it's the Fanatec comment, I think.
On his system. Ooh, Kevin Day is not happy. Said he got wrecked for no reason. Well,
The driver of the 53 definitely out too early.
well, we can't really show everybody at home due to our technical issues at the moment, but we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, 53 still here.
Got quite a bit of viewers out there now. Hit those buttons, subscribe, like. We're trying to get rid of this Bill Gates guy, and I'm tired of him running my life. And the Zuckerberg fella. I didn't vote for any of them. I mean, you might as well put that Greta Thunberg person in charge. You know, she's hanging out with Zelensky and stuff. Like,
Sure.
is she even a person? I mean, is she even real? What operative is she? Where is she from? I don't buy it. It's a big problem.
Or something, I think. Yeah, it's a shame that we're down a man tonight. Our producers is off-site here as of right now.
Off-site.
We had 35 people watching, 33 people watching now. Thank y'all so much for joining us here as we cover this next gen cup race here at Indianapolis. If you like what you're seeing out there tonight, hit the thumbs up button for us. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell if you want to be notified when we go live. Go ahead, buddy.
I have a personal,
Vendetta?
Well, I have that, but I also have a sponsor of my own. Facebook.com// GC Cruise Travel. That's George Charles Cruise Travel. That guy can get you, it's amazing deals. Cruises, you want to go to, anywhere in the world, he can set that up. He's like
a non-extradition country of your
choice. You want to go to Costa Rica because you got some problems here around home?
Belize,
hit him up. Oh, I think Belize they can get you. Costa Rica is probably maybe your best shot.
Where did the antivirus guy go? Didn't he go to Belize?
Yeah, then he got on a ship and then they got him. Yeah, that guy made too much sense. They had to kill him. He was a little wacky, but he was interesting.
I thought he
McAfee
committed a crime and then left the country.
He didn't do any crimes. They pinned him with a bunch of stuff. That's what they do. Once you get too powerful, they don't like you. They start pinning you with stuff. Look what's happening right now with somebody that used to be, maybe in charge of the government, figuratively speaking. People don't like him, so they just try to take him down with all these fake charges. That's what they do here in America now. It's a sham. Back to racing.
Pace car is down. Leading this race out here tonight, Chris Klein on the inside, Zach Millett in 315 on the outside. Great push coming from Drew Blaze on that inside line from the 66. It's not enough as the 315 rockets out to a lead here. Tell you what, man. Zach Millett's been around this track a time or two.
Yeah, I think he's going to win this thing.
The difference in tires there or something that made
it's just that much better
on that restart.
He's really good, and we're 30 laps away roughly from ending this thing. I think that's going to be your guy to beat. And Drew Blaze, I think, will be back up there as well. Those are your two.
Sound like Josh Kelleher telling Kevin that looked like a Denny versus Ross versus Bubba versus Elliott thing going on out there.
Yeah.
Well,
Now, America's driver Albert Anderson may be onto something. He says Brown's currently being interrogated at a black site. Yes, you think he's getting waterboarded right now for what his connection to me and you? I hope not. That would be sad. Greta Thunberg is an AI character. You've never seen her baby pictures. I agree.
Never
There's
seen their
something.
baby pictures. They're not real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, try that with Michelle Obama. There's a
Uh,
lot of not real people around here. Just so you know. We discussed a real important one last night on the plane with that real pretty lady that, you know, saw something that she didn't like, caused the plane to have to, you know, be stranded for a few hours. No big deal. She probably saved everybody on that plane.
I think this is more accurate here. Tristan Cotton saying Zach Millett, the driver of the 315 out there, putting on a clinic, is an AI character made by iRacing to train all of everybody else to be better race car drivers.
He is good. Do you think that
He's alien level.
Do you think that AI thing, you know, you can plug it into your wheel and just have them drive for you and win all the
No, I
time?
never will do that.
But do you think it's a thing?
No.
I bet it is. Hey, I've used that Chat GPT thing, just experimenting. You know, I want to know what's going on.
I don't.
It's
I don't
amazing what all the knowledge it steals from everybody. But here's what it is. That your VP, she says it. It's right here. AI. It's
Machine
very,
learning.
very fancy. Stands for artificial intelligence.
I know what it stands for. Don't talk to me like I'm dumb.
No, I
these
didn't
are her
do that.
words.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm just kind of quoting, paraphrasing. You know, the second in command of the free world, and complete embarrassment to the Republic of the United States of America.
Daniel Poachlock says that Zach Millett must be some illegitimate offspring of Chuck Norris. It could be.
Chuck Norris was so cool, right? Remember when he had all those shirts?
Man. He's 80 something and can still whoop us both at the
He's
same
got
time.
that C4 water, man. If you want to be like Chuck Norris, you got to drink his water. It's not
Water.
C4. What's it called? I don't know. He's got some water. I've had it before. It's good. Comes from a Texas spring. Guaranteed to make you real cool, like Chuck Norris.
Zach Millett out there continuing to pull away a little bit at a time. Looks like his lead is about 0.6 of a second over second place here. Joe Hoggard 64.
All right, Chris
Joe
Klein just talking about pitting, so might be your first of the last pit stops coming up here.
Chris Klein, your 6th place driver. Oh, 3 wide action here. Oh, contact between the 48 and the 14 of Stephen Wood. That'll bring out the caution.
Well, Sean,
Okay, so nobody got a black flag for entering a closed pit there, which is what I was afraid of. Stephen Wood does have a meatball flag in the XIX machine, also known as the 14 or the 19. XIX is 19, isn't it?
I
14
mean,
would be XIV, I think.
yes.
Anyway,
Well, you're putting your real scholar brain on tonight, I see.
no, I'm just.
Took you a couple times.
I used to have one of those tapes, you know, that talked about every Super Bowl, you know.
That's how you learned about it? Okay, we did capture some of the crash on the broadcast, which is
That's
good.
a miracle.
Yeah, we're having a hard time because our commander-in-chief, you know, he's being interrogated somewhere in the New England area right now. We're hoping for the best. He's hoping to be back here shortly. You know, if they ever ask you, hey, will you just come on down to the office here at the FB and, you know, the other letter?
We just want
We
your
ju-
side.
we just want to talk to you, you know. Hey, here's what you say to him. No, I don't think so. I need representation. That doesn't matter. They'll
They
get you in the
broadcasting
long run.
does have a firm on retainer just in case.
I do. I don't know about.
I'm not sure if they've been activated yet.
No, but you got to always have money in a lawyer's pocket, you know. They
Law.
love money.
The law offices of Brown, English, and Turner.
No, I'm far from that.
I think everybody's coming down.
Yeah, it looks like it. Really
So
looks
this
like
might not be a fuel-only stop here. It looks like maybe we're going to get most of these guys if they have a set of tires left. But
Yeah, we'll see.
on the other side of that pit wall, they're going to use them here. As we're coming down to it, we're going to restart this race after this caution with less than 20 laps to go.
All right, they're getting tires. Blaze, and I think that's Millet. They're getting tires.
Ryan Boyd staying out in the 78 car. Sure, he'll be in directly here. He last pitted on lap 64.
All right, well,
Ryan Boyd might be on a little bit different strategy here, and it might work out for him as full stops for looks like the whole field here. 4 tires and fuel for everybody from 1st to 23rd. So everybody going to be on the same pit strategy here, except for the one machine, or the first place machine, the 78 of Brian Boyd. That Chevrolet out there, he thinks he's got enough gas, and he's got brand new tires on that machine as well. 78 might have be on a great
I don't
strategy.
know. Well, Millet's going to be on rails. Let's just be honest. It's 116 still on a track, super hot.
iRacing still has Zach Millet scored the leader here. I'm looking back and forth trying to figure out which screen to believe here.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks everybody for joining us here tonight.
Yeah, we got some good viewers out there. We're having technical problems. No worries, though. We can talk our way through all this.
See, I've got a degree too.
Yeah?
It's a BS degree.
Yeah.
And
Those are
that's
very common.
It's a
Those are
degree.
common. Everybody's got one of those.
So, it's gonna be tested here tonight as we try to figure out what's going on here. Yeah, Brian Boyd now being scored your leader in iRacing as well. He's going to be restarting this race in the front here in that 78 car.
How am I going to take my Federal 15? That's my concern.
Well, you're stuck here with me, buddy, until this.
Well, I don't know if I can survive the whole thing. I mean, you know.
Well, go ahead and take it on the restart, and I'll take mine on the next restart. How about that?
Yahtzee.
Or I'll take it when you get back. Yeah. All right, so I guess I'm solo here for a little while, folks. Brian Boyd, the driver of the 78 machine, is going to be starting side by side with the 315 of the alien, Zach Millet, in the 315 machine. These guys are going to come around. The guys starting behind him here, restarting behind him, rather. Joe Hoggart in the 64 will be starting on the inside to his outside. 00 Joe Bennett, last night's winner in the Super Speedway Gen 6 Series. Drew Blaze and Ethan Thompson in the 98, right behind them as well. So the pace car is down. Green flag is in the air. Great restart here for Millet. Stacking up a little bit on the inside up front. And Zach Millet will swing on down, and he will reassume the lead here as they go into the back or into the short chute here. And then through turn 2, side by side, still the 00 and the 78. Never a disappointing restart here at Indianapolis. Still a lot of side-by-side action throughout the field. Guys not wanting to give up any track position here at all. as we dwindle on down these laps remaining. Less than, well, it's going to be 20 laps to go when they come around to the yard of bricks, which they do. Sorry to say that Gavin Ray has left the race here tonight, the driver of the 27 machine. The number 1 machine, Derek Welch, caught a little piece of the apron there. A little piece of the grass, rather. Slowed down a little bit. The 98 and the 13 looking to try to take advantage here. Ooh, a little bit of close contact between the 90 and the 13. 98 of Ethan Thompson did restart way up near the front here. He qualified well here today, starting outside row number 2, currently in 6th position.
What'd I miss?
Yeah, a little bit of 2-3 line action and some cars making some contact. I'm not sure how much of it made it to the broadcast, but
Well, if we called in the AI guy, he could probably get the computer set up to where it would do that.
it was a pretty great restart. Zach Millett starting from the outside line, gets that run going into turn 1 and just kind of leaves everybody.
I told you. Oh, damn.
All the folks watching over there on that S4 guy on Twitch, Zach Millett, y'all's driver out there in the 315, once again putting on one hell of a show.
Well, if you're gonna watch him on the Twitch machine, at least keep us up on another screen, and then you can hit the likes and subscribes on both.
Well, if they didn't, then they wouldn't be hearing us right now, right?
Well, I know, but I mean, just saying, keep them both. You can watch him and us. It's different now. We have all these different options. So many ways to watch stuff and look at stuff. We're glad y'all have chosen to be with us tonight
Sure.
at this grand old track.
Yahtzee. Vincent Short out there with a comment for us.
Yeah, another fun-filled duty night. Just logged on. Working on Indy tonight. How ironic. Yeah, this has been an interesting race. We have had a couple incidents which we weren't really expecting. Normally, this thing just kind of single files out and shuffles on through, put in all your laps, and it's over. We have had some stuff happen tonight. As we're getting some more kind of fun action, sometimes you're not going to be able to see it because we do have some technical issues at the moment. But still, we're trying our best. Derek Welch, Drew Blaze, and Hoggard really having a battle right here. Man, they just doored each other, 64 and a 66. That's for 5th position. Interesting. Actually, for 4th. Joe Hoggard. Blaze is in that Lone Star Racing Machine. Hoggard's in the DEP Racing Machine. Looks like Blaze gets the best of him there. But he hits the wall in the meantime. Derek Welch trying to take advantage, too, of Hoggard. The number 1, Derek Welch. He's got like one leg right now because he got like hit or run over or something by a forklift. I don't know if we can talk about it because of OSHA rules and whatnot, but he seems to be doing pretty well. As he's up in the top 5, looks like right now. And Vince says, love the track, lots of throttle work. Find those sweet spots. Yeah, I wouldn't know. I always was terrible at this track. I just rode around, made a fool out of myself, and tried to get attrition positions.
I enjoyed running it
track.
in an open wheel car.
Yeah, the Indy cars are fun. Yeah.
Yeah, and I enjoyed watching the NASCAR guys run it. You know, ever since they started. When was that? 94 or something. They started running it, or it's probably
Jeff Gordon.
that. Jeff Gordon won the first one, the Brickyard
I think so.
400. But it was always fun to watch on TV. I remember that.
Derek Welch got a little loose there. Well, it was cool. It was kind of like a novelty, you know. The Indy 500 was so big for so long.
I mean, it wasn't something that was designed for a stock car to run on. Yeah, it was a cool thing to see him run there.
You know who I really miss in racing world? I know he's still alive. But A.J. Foyt. That guy was my favorite. I had A.J. Foyt car, like, you know, a little, as a kid, you know, all that stuff. That was awesome, man.
Contact between the 23 and the 05. Those guys trading a little paint there. 05 of PJ Cox, Sean Walton in the 23, able to complete the pass there on the 05. Here comes the 13. Jonathan Hammond trying to do the same. These middle pack, well, you can't even say middle pack. It's top 10. These guys are fighting for positions in the top 10 as they close in on 12 laps to go.
Yeah, Daniel Pochlog is asking, what's with the Hooters watch? I don't know what the hell that is. Is that a thing?
Hooters watch?
Yeah.
He
What
said,
is he
let's
talking
see
about?
top 6. I wish we had control over the camera.
Oh yeah, see, here's the thing. We're a man down. He's been kidnapped. Our leader, so the buttons can't be punched by us. We're in a remote locations, hidden far away from civilization where nobody can find us. So that's why you're not seeing totally everything we should be seeing tonight.
Zach Millett right now still your leader, and he was the pole sitter here tonight. It wasn't, I misspoke earlier, it was not Derek Welch, it was Zach Millett. He is a second and a half ahead of Drew Blaze, who's battling right now Brian Boyd in the 78 machine for second place. So those guys battling second and third. Joe Bennett, Joe Hoggard, and then Derek Welch. That's your top 6 right now. Vincent Short saying that lives about an hour west of the track out there. He said every kid in Indiana back in the day imagined being A.J. Foyt.
So did a lot of kids everywhere, you know.
Sure, yeah.
Especially down here, you know, in Texas, Oklahoma area. That guy was just awesome, man. And he had these paint stores, you know, in Texas. You could go get paint. When I got older, you know, I had to go to the A.J. Foyt and get some paint. Stuff like that.
I remember when I was a kid, I had a Richard Petty hauler with the little plastic, you know, plastic car and truck and trailer with the car that went up in the back of it and everything. Yeah, I had that when I was a
you
kid.
probably had an imagination too. You weren't glued to a screen or anything, were you?
Well, no, I mean,
Yeah,
Richard
that wasn't
Petty
possible.
was the race car driver, you know, when I was little.
Yeah, he was.
But wasn't nobody else. And that's when he was starting to get it. Remember when he started getting into drag racing and stuff, and they would haul a Petty blue drag race car to tracks around the country, try to drag race too. That was always fun. Nick Biddy looking to the inside of the 13 to Hammond, trying to make a pass here as they go into turn. Looks like turn 3 here.
Well, we're less than 10 to go. That's an important part of the race because it's almost over, man. Oh, turn on the front stretch. Somebody is in a bad way.
Oh, the 78, Brian Boyd, wrecked from second place. Second or
Wow.
third place, wherever he crossed here.
Who hit him?
Oh,
Hoggard.
it was him and Joe Hoggard battling for that position. And it was just a Joe Hoggard claiming responsibility for on the radio saying, hey, man, I was just trying to side draft you. Wasn't trying to wreck you. You know, the driver of the 64 clean race car driver, he definitely feels bad about that, took full responsibility for it. 78 did not respond on the radio. I'm sure he's pretty upset. But
that means a fight. Well, he's still running. He may have a fast repair left. I'm not sure. He's going to need a fast repair. He looks pretty well damaged on the as far as the body of the car. Don't see a black meatball flag or anything. So
no, it was a. It may have looked worse than it was for him.
yeah.
Meanwhile, as the drivers stack up behind the pace car here, Zach Millett continues to lead this thing. Drew Blaze will be restarting on the outside here. Well, let's see if these guys come in. I don't know if we're going to see anybody that's close on fuel here.
Pretty much the whole field stopping at lap 67. Besides Brian Boyd there.
Oh, Double O Joe's having issues, apologizing for something. What kind of mayhem is happening at the end of this thing?
Yeah, it sounds like he about run over somebody. He's maybe having equipment problems.
Maybe we'll have some fights. And I know this, DW, the fearless leader of this organization, Num Thumbs Racing League, says there's no cussing on the radio or he will mute you. And if you go a little bit further, he will kick you out of the race, man.
When did he say that?
Before the race, I heard him say
okay.
it. You don't mess around. Yeah.
Scott Milner, the driver of the number 2 machine, getting the lucky dog here. That'll put him 1 lap down as we have 26 cars on the lead lap here. Scott Milner is now going to be only 1 lap down, 3 laps down Jeff Ottinger. Then the rest of your field, 11, 26, 45, 69, 78 laps down. So not a whole lot of hope for Kevin Delia and Gavin Ray, Tristan Cotton, Jarrett Woodard, and Paul Ferdiani catch up. Some of these drivers have disconnected. So
Yeah.
Scott Milner, though, he's still got a shot, man. It's as far flung as it is. He's still got a shot. If we get another yellow and he's able to get another lap back, he'll be on the lead lap and able to fight some of these guys for position. Yeah, Earl, you heard a beer pop. I just popped one, son.
Oh, is that illegal?
The champagne of beers, baby.
I gotta drink that out of a bottle. I can't drink it out of the can.
It tastes fine out of a can. Jessica Stubblefield says, I love how when Turner says anything, it's questioned. Well, somebody has to keep this man in check, Jessica.
Who's questioning me?
I'm doing the best I can here.
I'm spitting the truth. And then I just keep getting hammered with all this feedback.
Sure.
Negative feedback as well.
I thought for sure she was talking about me because I try to keep you in check, but I'm unsuccessful most of the time.
I don't know. It's probably brought upon myself. My own demise.
Ginger Parent saying the first race car I cheered for ever was Herbie the Love Bug.
Number 64, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Was it 64?
I don't know. That's the number that comes in my brain. I might be wrong.
I don't remember.
Use the
53.
Googler.
No, it was
whatever.
53.
Same number. It's just a different. There's like 11 off, you know.
I think it was 53.
It's the same. Am I gonna have to use the Googler on this? Been making you use it.
It's 53, man. I
Okay.
I know this from when I was a kid.
No, did you verify it?
No,
Okay.
I don't need to.
Well, I like to have facts. I don't like to just hang around in all these vagaries like the government did with the COVID-19 shenaniganry they did to us.
Buddy Hackett. You remember the old one with Buddy Hackett?
Yeah.
No, you don't. You don't even know Buddy
Man, I'm older than you. I do remember.
That was a great movie.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah,
We're
it was
too wide.
53.
I remember that from when I was a child.
Well,
Here we go, folks. Pace car is down. About to start lap number 86 here of the 90-lap contest. Green flag is in the air. Zach Millett takes off from the inside line. 00 Joe Bennett right on his back bumper. 315 moves up to try to block progress of the 66 of Drew Blaze on the outside, but nothing really happening there as Zach Millett continues to pull away. Tell you what, man, this has been the Zach Millett show for sure. So we got some 3 wide racing here in the middle of the pack. 3, the 05 and the 9, all side by side by side. The 9 getting into the outside wall there in the Mountain Dew machine. That's the 9 of Thomas Welch. These guys continue to click off some laps here. We start to kind of space out slightly.
well, we're still battling right here in I guess it'd be 10 through 20. A lot of movement on the track, maybe even 6 through 20. Really moving and shaking. And you can see some of that on the broadcast, luckily. We do have our AI machine set to most exciting. Sometimes that works.
51 of Zach, or
Ooh, did you almost curse there, English?
almost did.
Thank you for not
50,
cursing.
51 of Chris Klein continues to work that low line as he makes the pass on the 9 of Tommy Welch.
Try to keep this PG-13 for the children's out there. Never went into a Florida Man show or talking about Florida Man or nothing today. Kept it real clean. Light on the conspiracies. You know, I think we've... Ooh. Who's that? The 77 got turned a little bit, but he kept it together.
Well, I'm going to go up to the lead car here on my screen. You may not see it there at home, folks, but as we are 2 laps from the finish here.
Whoa, there's going to be a caution back here in the back.
Yellow's out.
I will
What happened
find
there, buddy?
that for you. I will find it and describe it. Collins, Mark Collins. And let's see what happened here.
This is going to be our first official green-white checker.
Mark Collins in the number 4 of Russ Kilgore had some kind of issue. Let's see. Oh, Kilgore hit the wall coming out of 3. I think that's 3. Hell, I don't know. It come down and hit Collins and just mayhem ensued. Might have been a couple other involved, yeah. A few more involved. Well, Stubblefield was back there. He'd somehow avoided it in that red, white, and blue machine. He's in 26. He's been super quiet, but he's got a cool looking paint scheme tonight. Wish we could show you that.
Hey, he's still on the lead lap as well, which is an accomplishment here with all the action that we've seen. But these guys are going to restart here in a few laps, and it'll be the first of 3 available green-white checker restarts here that these guys can use. Are you looking at your fuel strategy now if you're one of these guys running up front going, well, if we do 3 green-white checkers, which we may do you have enough fuel to make it through all 3 of those? Because you think about that, that's an additional, dozen laps at least.
Well, everybody is pitted on the same strategy until you get to the number 20, Brian Boyd. So if it's going to hurt one, it sure should hurt all of them. Well, I'd take that back. Stephen Wood sitting there in 16th, pitted on lap 83.
So here we go. What we're talking about last caution, Scott Milner getting another lap back here for being the lucky dog. So he's going to come around, and when they do restart the number 2 machine, Scott Milner, he's going to be on the lead lap in that red, white, and blue car.
Good for him.
Good job of him of sticking with it. I don't know, Albert Anderson, if Menards still sells rotary.
Well, he's only asking you this because you spoke of VCRs about an hour ago, which was pure comedy gold, in my opinion. I was listening to you, and I just lost it. I couldn't believe that you mentioned, going down to your local Menards and buying a VCR. Now, I'm sure in 1991 they probably sold them there, but I don't think you can find one anymore.
I mean, you can go down there and get 2x4s, carrots, a laser disc.
Laser disc. That was before the laser disc was before the VCR. That one was the one that failed. It failed.
Cutting edge.
It didn't work though.
You know why? It's because it was the size of a record and held less data than a CD. I mean,
well, they figured it all out. All them techno wizards that are ruining our country and world right now.
Why is it ruining?
They're ruining everything. I mean, I like this. This is fun. It's a good pastime. It's a computer. It's kind of cool graphics. It's iRacing cool. But I don't need all the other nonsense and the lies they tell you. And then the guys that own these companies, like the Bill Gates and the Zuckerberg, trying to tell me I got to eat crickets the rest of my life because I'm saving up for the... Are they not? They're not? Bill Gates is opening all the... He's buying all the farmland. He wants you to eat grasshoppers. He's invested in such.
Nobody's told me that.
Yeah, well, you're not paying attention. Keep your eyes open. Bill Gates is the wolf in sheep's clothing. He looks like a little soft old man. Well, he's the devil in disguise. I'm going to punish him when I get to have my cage match when that goes down with Elon Musk versus Zuckerberg. Then, Gates and I can have at it, It's just a dream of mine. I'd like to just give it to him one time,
Albert still has a Betamax, I think.
Oh, those were cool. They were like a little upgrade of the VHS,
So the one that lost out, was like between Blu-ray and HD, DVD, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
You know what determines which video?
The guy with the most money.
Well, that's not what I heard. I thought it was the adult film industry determined.
Ooh,
which
wow,
one
that's a little.
That's what I thought.
That's aggressive. I haven't heard that one. We'll have to do some.
I thought it was.
Well, and it would make sense, but I think it has to do with money. Who's backing it?
Well, the same thing. Pace car is down. We're going to restart here once again. This will be our first attempt at a green-white checker. Zach Millett on the inside will lead these guys down to the yard of bricks. Green flag in the air. Drew Blaze to his outside. Behind them, Zach I'm sorry, Derek Welch and Sean Walton, as they space out pretty quickly here. Zach Millett so fast on these restarts, knowing how to work these corners. A lot of side-by-side action in the middle of the pack here. Derek Welch having to go all the way down onto the apron. Not sure what happened there. I don't think we have a camera on that action. 3 wide mid-pack. Can't make that work in a set of turns this tight. Okay, here we go. Zach Millett taking the white flag here. No more cautions as the 315 machine goes into turn 1 with the 66 right behind. Drew Blaze, limited number of opportunities here to make something happen. He's got to stay in that draft and try to outbrake, outturn the 315 as the guys head onto the backstretch. Big wreck in behind him there. Seeing some cars heading into that inside wall. Back up front here with the action, though. The 315 leading the pack out of turn number 3 into the short chute through turn 4. Here he comes down the front stretch. Zach Millett in the 315. Drew Blaze right behind him. Zach Millett wins your race tonight here at Indy. Third place, Sean Walton in the 23. Derek Welch and Nick Biddy round out your top 5.
Well, that was so fun. I bet these guys are ready to get out of their race rig by now. What about this Walton guy? Have we talked to him yet? That was pretty good of him.
I don't believe we have.
Ginger Parent says a Rolodex. Yeah.
I've had Rolodex.
Well, of course you have. I have one on my desk. This guy that I took over his office, he had one, you know. So he left it for me. I'll never get rid of it because it's amazing.
So I had one of those things that was like a metal case, and then you move the little slider to the letter, and then you open it up, and it opens up to that letter.
Yeah, well, that's like the fancy Rolodex.
Kind of like a Rolodex, but it was flat, you know.
Yeah. They had a lot of options.
Sure.
Pretty sure they were at least made in America, you know. They don't make anything anymore. Well,
Turner, I don't know, buddy. I don't know if we're going to have rights to pull these people.
Well, I think if they get to the podium, we can pull them. I know I can pull them.
Do we want to do a race standings thing first?
Yeah, let's go through that first while we're waiting. Let's do it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Let's go ahead and go over our unofficial race standings here before we get to the podium interviews here. Zach Millett in the 315. Your race winner after starting here on the pole. Drew Blaze started in second. That's right where he finishes at as well in the 66 machine. 23 is Sean Walton. Had some work to do here starting in 10th. He'll finish the third step on your podium tonight here in third. Derek Welch in the 1 machine finishes in 4th. The 5th place will be taken by the 32 of Nick Biddy. 00 Joe Bennett coming off his race win last night will finish in 6th. 7th place, Jonathan Hammond in the 13. The X machine, the 10 of Justin Johnson, will finish in 8th place. 9th place, Stephen Wood in the 19. The 9 of Tommy Welch will round out your top 10.
PJ Cox in the 11 ends up in 11th. Skylar Harrod in the 48 ends up 12th. The 78, Brian Boyd 13th. The 44, Dana Shepard ends up 14th. Number 5, Anthony Williams 15th. 16th, Timothy Stubblefield, the Tennessee man. In the 92, number 4, Russ Kilgore 17th. Joe David in the 6th. 18th, Mark Collins in the 45 ends up 19th. 20th, Tate Cawthorn in the 17 machine. I will keep going there if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Number 3, Chris Booth Scott Milner in the 2, 21st, 22nd, Chris Meade Jr. in the 3. Beautiful Budweiser paint scheme from him. 98, Ethan Thompson ended up 23rd, the first car a lap down. Chris Klein in the 51, 24th. Joe Hoggard, 64, ended up 25th, 26th. 005, AJ Evangelista, number 76, Jeff Ottinger. A few laps down in 27th, 28th. Ryan Walter had some damage in the 77 machine. 53, Kevin Delia ended up 29th, 30th. Gavin Ray in the 27. Tristan Cotton, we got to speak with him a bunch. That was fun. In the 7, 31st, Jared Woodard, 32nd. And the Gambler, 33, Paul Ferdiani, ended up in 33rd.
Well, that's your finishing order here tonight. We got some folks over there in the race chat, or the podium chat, rather.
I can bring them up.
Let's start.
I'm good at technical stuff.
Are you good with this? Okay.
No, I'm not good at it, but I'll try it. Move to. Hang on. Move this
Just
button.
drag
Here.
them up.
I'm going to bring. Who comes up first? Sean Walton?
Yeah.
There he is.
Third place guy.
There he is.
Sean Walton, this guy's up in the booth. You got a copy, bud?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, thanks for putting on one heck of a show out there tonight. You started way back in 10th, but really had some work ahead of you, and you accomplished it, and great finish here up in the top 3. What was the biggest challenge out there tonight? We knew tire wear was going to be an issue. How were you on managing tire wear here tonight?
Tire wear, it was actually extremely hard to manage. Just in passing at this track, it's pretty difficult. Just had to use my strategy to get around people.
Well, you did that. Ended up 3rd. You got to be happy with that. I mean, this is tough. I've raced this English. We both have raced this track, and hats off to y'all that end up front. I could never master it. And with those guys in front of you, they were super fast. So you got to be pretty happy with a 3 right here. And who would you like to give some shout outs to?
I'd like to give a shout out to my uncle. I actually called him during the race, and when on that one of the last pit stops, and he told me to take 2 tires, which ended up getting me 5 positions, which helped me get a P3. And one of my sponsors, Militia Gene Pole Saws, out here in Kentucky. Yeah, it's like that. Yeah.
Well, man, that Toyota was quick, and great advice there on the pit strategy. Next week, you guys are going to Iowa. Have you raced that track much? Are you ready for it?
I haven't raced Iowa, I don't think at all, but I think I'm ready for it. I mean, I wasn't ready for Indy, but I just pushed through the challenge, persevered.
Man, I think you're going to do all right with an attitude like that, man. You definitely are going to take on what's presented to you, and good luck next week, man, and look forward to seeing you.
Thank you.
All right, I got that one. Well, who's on deck? We got Drew Blaze.
In the
He was
66.
super fast tonight, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Man, what a night. Here he comes.
Hey, Drew, it's the guys up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, great start and great finish out there. You finished right where you started in second place, and you really gave Zach a run for his money there towards the end, but dude was just quick, man. Ain't no 2 ways about it, but you held your own out there. What was the biggest challenge that you faced out there tonight? We saw that tire wear was an issue like it always is, but everybody has their own battles with this track.
Yeah, it was a battle, but the tire wear. I felt good until maybe getting 20 to 25 laps into a run, and just kind of pushing the car as hard as I could. But I laid back there, and I kind of caught Millet on the first or second run, and starting to catch up to him at the end of the run, and I was like, okay, this is not going to work. So I just started kind of pushing it, and then had some things happen, and let Joe Hoggard and Joseph by me, and it's just hard passing people. It's really tough. I had to work real hard to pass people, and kind of burnt myself off before the end there on that last run, and didn't have anything left for Millet. I tried to keep with him there on those restarts, and I can get a run, but then I would just kind of push, and yeah, the car just didn't want to act right in the dirty air. It's definitely a lot harder to handle. But yeah, it's a good race, and consistent finishes.
Yeah, I mean, second ain't too bad. Both of y'all were the class of the field. We kind of felt that throughout the race. Y'all were really fast compared to the other drivers. Great job. I mean, we've seen you up here several times recently. I think you're having a heck of a run. You're on a roll. Who would you like to give some shout outs to?
Yeah, I got to thank Lone Star Racing, Garza Law Firm, Nelson Johnson, Mike Fahey, just all my guys over at Lone Star Racing. Got a great team, great group of guys around me, and you know, thank the Zen Zones and Brian Romer, and thank you everybody out there watching, and thank you guys for putting on a great broadcast as always.
Appreciate it, man. Lone Star is a great group out there. I hope more cats get racing with them here soon. And yeah, man, next week you guys go to Iowa. Kind of I don't know if I'd qualify it as a quasi short track. It's pretty short, 7/8 of a mile. Is that a kind of racing that you're fond of?
Yeah, I mean, when you're out there on the track, it feels like a short track, honestly. But yeah, it's honestly short track. I'm really good at them. I'm not too fond of them, but I'm really good at them. So I don't mind them, but I like the bigger tracks. But still, you know, if I'm good at it, then I'm just gonna go out there and do what I can. Hopefully, I can give Bill a run for his money next week.
All right.
Sounds like he's game.
Yeah, he's ready.
He's ready to roll next week, I think.
Now we're ready to talk to the champion. This guy just ripped it up tonight. I mean, Millet, what a run he had.
That S4 guy, Zach Millet, the driver of the 315. You got a copy, buddy. It's the guys in the booth.
Hey guys, how we doing, man?
Good, man. We just saw you kind of school everybody on how to run a race here at Indianapolis, but it's not unlike how you school guys on how to run a mile and a half. You know, it's all about tire management, I think, here, and even your work on the restarts was great. What was your biggest challenge, though, out there here tonight?
Man, it was about that midway through the race when we got stuck behind some cars. We were fourth or fifth, I think, and the dirty air was incredible. I mean, once it took the air off your nose, you were slipping and sliding just about everywhere, and you're really drifting the car around the track. So that was the scariest part. Luckily, we got some pit strategy there and cycled back in front. And once we were out front again, we could just kind of cruise a little bit. But yeah, Drew was fast, man. He gave us a run for our money tonight. He was faster a lot of laps. It was just, I think, is that dirty air getting him.
Yeah, we were talking about it earlier. Both of y'all were just the class of the field. I mean, there were some guys, you know, up there, but, you know, for the most part of the race, but you guys really kind of blew everybody out of the water. It was really a battle between you two. Great job. English is going to ask you about next week, but I'm going to ask you real quick about who would you like to thank, you know, give some shout outs to.
I definitely got to thank you guys over at AAA Broadcasting for the broadcast as always. Got to thank Derek and all he does, NTG, Numb Thumbs Racing. I got to thank Martin Sports. He did a glove giveaway this past week, and I was lucky enough to score some of these gloves, man. And these things are awesome. I
Awesome.
showed them on the stream a little bit tonight, so they're awesome, man. They're super breathable, they're really grippy. My hands get sweatier than hell if I don't have gloves on, so I got to have gloves, and these things are awesome. So if you're looking for some gloves, man, hit up Martin Sports for sure. And they're definitely worth the money. Got to throw out shout out to Castle Products, HBR TV, HBRshops.com. And yeah, shoot me a follow over on Twitch. That S4 guy, we streamed tonight, so it was a good night.
Yeah, hopefully it was a great stream for you out there tonight, and yeah, just showing everybody how to race here at Indianapolis. And yeah, Iowa next week, kind of a short track there, 7/8 of a mile. Not a whole lot of guys with great experience out there. Is that a track that you're looking forward to here?
Oh yeah, big time. We ran Iowa in the truck series for Numb Thumbs this past season, and I think we ran there twice, and I think we came out with a W both times. One was for the championship, the finale. So I've had some good luck there, and hopefully it continues.
Great job out there tonight, man, and look forward to seeing you in the next race.
Hell yeah! Thanks, guys.
Yep, good job. All right. Well, what are we going to do now? Hey, we're going to shut this thing down, but Brown, it just may run all night. Brown is he's getting interrogated somewhere in New England. So don't be alarmed if this stream just runs all night. We're going to jump off. I mean, you're not going to be able to hear us, but you know.
Well, look, man. Albert Anderson says, awesome broadcast. Looking forward to the podcast. Well, instead of starting the podcast later, why don't we just start it right now?
No, I don't have material. I have to be prepared for a podcast.
You don't have to be
prepared.
prepared.
I can't wing everything. You know, I like to be a little detailed.
So,
you know.
So we don't have the ability to turn the broadcast off right now.
No, we don't have any abilities to do anything but talk into these microphones.
So why don't we just keep this thing going?
No, I don't want to keep it going because I'm not prepared. This isn't the time. Nobody's joining us. We have to have a big entry into the podcast.
There's
we can't just
people still watching.
They don't give a damn about what I'm about to say about, somebody falling in a pond and then, somebody shooting himself twice and calling it a homicide. Nobody wants to hear that. Let's end it here, and then we'll get our team together and we'll start thinking about our podcast ideas. I know you're interested.
I just thought it was a lost opportunity.
No, I don't think this is the time.
We
But
don't need to pollute.
Yes, this is AAA Broadcasting. The podcast is separate. Thoughts and opinions are all of my own, not of AAA Broadcasting.
Sure.
But I had fun.
I did too, man.
You had the same. I think we had a lot of viewers, man. Tonight was really cool to get
did.
to interact with everybody. That's what makes it fun for us. I mean, let's be honest. Getting to talk to everybody.
Yeah, great night here at the Brickyard. Congratulations to Zach Millett for a win from pole position here tonight. Drew Blaze, second place. Sean Walton rounding out your podium here tonight. We want to thank all of our sponsors for making this possible for you guys, because without great sponsors, it's hard to get a decent broadcast here. Hopefully tonight qualified as decent as we were kind of lacking here in technical support, but hopefully you guys still enjoyed the show here tonight. And for Alan Brown and Adam Turner, we go.
See ya.